going to be a regular tier list. It's going to be a tier list that we're going to do live, right? Because with all good things, I have more of my homies, of the knuckleheads. So like we always start every stream, we're just going to do a little bit of Brickspedition just to wet our whistle a little bit and get ourselves warmed up, let people roll into the stream. And we'll do a couple Brickspedition battles, and then we'll start talking about tier lists. I am setting a strict 1 hour time stream. Monday stream got out of control. There you go. Probably I'm gonna do this Brickspedition battle, and then we'll go right to the tier list. We're gonna do a little Brickspedition battle. Give everybody a chance to get in here, so we don't start without some people. And yeah, we're gonna get right into it. So we'll let this Brickspedition battle just run on auto real quick, just to give you guys some gameplay and stuff. And then we'll take a look at the tier list that I cooked up for you guys. It's gonna be a good one, I think. I mean, I haven't tiered anybody yet. Oh, the music should be off. Thanks for letting me know that. Yeah, I don't want the music on while I'm speaking. Yeah, I didn't want the music. The music was supposed to be for like the little intro of. Again, I'm still new to streaming. Sorry, guys. So yeah, let's. Ooh. Sorry. Any thoughts on Matt leaving? I'm heartbroken. You know what else you want me to say about that? Let's go right to it. Let's get right into the tier list over here. Before we get into it, I will. Can you guys understand me now? I'm assuming you can. Yeah, I turned the music off. No. Oh my God, the music's still on. Okay, music off. The music's off now, right, guys? Okay. Really, really sorry. Destroyed the stream, ruined it for some people. But I think I fixed it now. Before we get into the tier listing, I will address Jester Gogo's questions, my thoughts on Matt leaving. Like I told you, I'm heartbroken by that. You know, Matt is a really good friend. He's not just a content creator for LEGO Legacy. He's somebody I could call a friend, and I'm glad for the times that we work together, and hopefully we can work together on games in the future. Sorry about the music. Tried to do something cute with the beginning of the stream, but just turn it quieter. Okay, it's off now. Thank you, guys. Okay, so yeah, I'm definitely heartbroken about Matt, and yes, it's the successor to Bricko's tier list. Bricko's tier list was done a little bit differently than the tier list that I am going to be doing. Let me actually zoom in on this a little bit because it's a little zoomed out. How's that? Better? So you guys can actually see the tiers, right? So we're going to go a 5-tier list. I could have done like platinum, diamond, but I've never tiered things that way. I like to do A, B, C, D, and S being the elite class of the tier list. So S class is going to be the best of the best that we can tier, right? These are the Willas, you know, the Garmadons. Spoiler, you know, that's who's going in the S class tier list. But I definitely want you guys to have some input on who's going where. The A rank is, hey, these are really good characters, definitely usable in the meta. Maybe they're good, but they need someone else to make them good. I'm looking at you, Basil. But again, you guys can kind of help me decide that if Basil is, you know, A or S. B is like, all right, they're good, they're not great. They make a good fifth, right? You can run them as a fifth on a team, and they're pretty good. Right, so A is going to be like they're good, but they're elite, but with a little help, like a certain set or something. S is they're just elite. B is they're good, you can run them as a fifth. C is you can run them. They work kind of okay in themed teams with synergies. And D is just garbage. It's what Kelvin used to be. It's what Poppy might still be. It's garbage. All right, but let's get into the tier listing, my friends. We're going to start with Businessman Trent. Anybody can definitely chime in and let me know if they think I should move Trent, but I think Trent is definitely a C-classer. I don't think he's completely useless. He does have a good like tank melting special ability. He's not bad for the city event if you don't have anybody else. The downside about Businessman Trent, though, he's just not that good. His stats aren't that good. His faction isn't that good. So definitely, Gade, you can decide with me. I'm gonna put them where I think they are, and you let me know. Firefighter A or B with Trent. I'm seeing some half B's, half C's. I gotta go. Listen, I used to use Trent back in the day before I was like level 50, when 50 was the cap. He actually didn't. I climbed an arena because of Trent. Like, he was my main go-to attacker for a while. But he's just, I don't think he's beyond C class. Next up, we're talking Kartovsky. I don't know where you guys want to put Kartovsky. Some people might put him in A class. Some people, qualifications for B was they make a good fifth. So I think if you're going to run like the Buck Trio, who are, in my opinion, all A's, and Wu, Kartovsky would make a good fifth because of his stealth busting ability. He's great with pirates. He's good with techie, good with space, but he's great his team with Locust. You can make an argument for him being in the B. Maybe the A's looking like it's probably going to be pretty crowded. I probably should have went with Kartovsky in the B, but you know, I'll go with you guys. Locust to me is an A. He's just a really good. He has a taunt clear. Like, people don't realize his taunt clears taunt. It's probably buffering. I'm still having trouble trying to figure out how to do any stream on my girlfriend's computer that's not a PS4 stream. So let me check. No, it's not buffering on my end. But yeah, I'm gonna put. So you prefer Locust? What else do you guys say about Locust? Do we have any more for saying Locust for a B? Anybody's gonna back me up for Locust for an A here? I'm gonna say I still like Locust as an A rank. I just like him there. Figure, come on. He's an A rank. He's Commander Cold. Right? He's not Commander Warm. He's not Commander a little bit nippy. He's Commander Cold. Right? He commands. Oh my God, Young Dan Key on Twitch is flipping out because Locust is his favorite character. I like Locust at B though. And I like Cold at A because he has the cold gun. He's got the shield. I think he's a good support. But then again, yeah. So for me, A was they're good with somebody else. And I think if you have Cold on the right team, he is really good. And with that, who would play Reed? Man, Reed is really, really slept on. I think that especially now. Sorry for the laggy video. Sorry. I'll let you guys know in the chat. %100% stun, which is really, really nice. But I don't know. I'm going to have to put him in the B rank. Yeah, Reed can be awesome. See, I I'm going to go with a B over a C for Reed because I think with the coming on of gens, and you're going to see a little more of that space techie hybrid with Galaxy Explorer, you're going to see Reed actually become a lot more useful. And I think you'll definitely see him in that B category a little more. Dwayne. Dwayne's a D. Dwayne sucks. Moving on. Quincy. Now, here's where I get a lot of resistance. I think Quincy is A rank for a few reasons. Quincy, with a set like Ice Station Odyssey, is super fast and can throw on buff immunity really easily onto someone. Plus, in terms of the space faction, aside from Gorwell, who's very hard to farm, he is the only really healer that they have. Quincy makes things a little bit easier, although his heal is not good because it's really, really inconsistent. But I actually really like Quincy a lot. So I am going to put Quincy in the A rank because I'm a big Quincy fan. Primo. I'm going to go with a B. I'm going to go with Primo for a B because his ultimate. And I'm going to go with him a B because he's only 5 stars and he's squishy and he has a junk AI. Primo's an awesome kit. He has, I honestly think his kit has the potential with a slight tweak. I can bowl. So on the right team, she is an elite figure. On a Buccaneers team with Redbeard, she hits. She hits really, really hard. Puts a lot of good debuffs. Has a guaranteed dizzy on her AoE, whoever she targets. It's just, she's good. You know, I just think she's really good. All right. Bart. Impossible. So I put Bart as an A rank figure. Non-such. He's a B. He's the only good Imperial. And Non-such, you know, I did footage on Non-such. You can go back in the video and check. He fits the criteria of a B that he makes a good 5th. Like, you can put him as a 5th. He's not used, right? He's a hard farm. I get that. But from what I've seen, he makes a good 5th on, like, spooky teams and stuff. Like, he works. You're not going to lose from having him. Who's using Non-such? Literally just Tipster was. Nobody's using Non-such. She's S-class. You could make an argument that, oh, she needs Redbeard to be good, but she really doesn't. You could put Scarlet on pretty much, she's the best tank in the game, second most tankiest tank in the game, and her passive is fantastic. I would love a Chima team, BT dubs. Scarlet, definitely S-class. Lee Tierney. I think he's probably not bad on a pirate team because he's just throwing more time bombs on. He can detonate time bombs quicker. I could go for... You think Lee is a C? Let's place Gov first. I think Gov is a B. He's got really good stats. He's really fast. You know, I think he's actually a solid player. Yeah, she's definitely not A tier. I could bump her up to C tier, though. Because, yeah, I agree. She's pretty much businessman. Hank, one of the top 5 most underrated figures in the game, right? Hank, when I think of Hank, I think of like, I don't know. Remember when LeBron James was on the Heat? And it was like LeBron, Wade, and Bosh? Hank is Bosh, right? He's the guy that nobody gives any credit to. But on a pirate team, if you leave Hank alive, he will eat you alive. Right? He is the fastest of the pirates, and he's one of the hardest hittings, and he works really, really well in that Buccaneer synergy. I use him over Argenta. Yeah, and I think he is a pain to farm. Here's the thing is I actually bought Hank when he came out. So Bucks time is over, but this is an S-class, man. Hey, cutie cream. Redbeard is clearly an S-class dude. He really be doing that. Okay? Even not on a Buccaneers team, he is insane as an attacker. But his diversity comes with, I can put him on a LaCoy. He's B-class. He's got high dodge, too. He's actually relatively hard to hit. So I really like him. Valiant. He's A. He's A. If Imperials were good, Valiant would be S. Because when you play him with that Imperial set, he is like a super tank. But when you, he's best with that Imperial set. The problem is, no one else is. And that set doesn't really work. He could be S if Imperials were good. Which they're not. Garmadon! My God! He's S-class. I'm running him at 5-star. People were running Garmadon when he launched at 2 stars in Arena and getting #1 spots. That's how good Garmadon is. He probably is the best figure in the game. Maybe the second best. Maybe the third. He's definitely in the top 5 somewhere. He's in the top 5. Yeah, he's definitely in the top 5. He is an S-class figure all the way. His AoE heal is insane. It's a full heal, basically, when he gets it off. The boot and the buffs it gets from that, his passive boost to Ninjago, who's nasty to each figure. That's an insane ultimate. And he just hits really hard, and his special gives him, if he KOs someone, he gets 70% pet back. And his basic is really good with crits. Sorry that your screen is freezing, guys. I feel awful. I don't know why it's getting... I'm putting him in... He's one of the best figures in the game. Master Wu, baby. That ultimate. That's all I'm going to say. The ultimate puts defense down, vulnerable, and disarm on the whole team. He's got an AoE heal that extends stealth by a turn. His basic puts your most vulnerable person under stealth. And the teapots. It's a cleanse. It calls for an assist. I like to use it as a cleanse, but I also like to use it to start off a battle to call for an assist. I'm seeing some problems with dropped frames, but we're trying to tough through it here. Next week, I swear, I'm going to, sidetracking on if you come to my Hobbit streams on the weekend, I do that on my girlfriend's computer. I got it all set up to stream the PS5. For some reason, it won't stream from my phone. It wouldn't read my hard drive, so I want it where I was loading this from. It was just giving me a lot of problems, but I am going to start getting things ready to stream on there. Promise. You still see a tier list, but the most underrated attacker in the game. Sorry. I know you guys are buffering. This stinks. The most underrated attacker in the game, though. So definitely Zane. He puts Dizzy with his... They're very, very underrated. Winston! I've got a max 7-star Gear 7 Winston. This is one tanky boy. But he's got a 4-turn cooldown taunt, and he's a B rank. Winston is another one. He's a good 5th. Especially if you're running like Egon and Slimer with Willa and Basil on a spooky team. Winston makes a good fifth. He gives Egon a little bit of extra damage on his ult. He's a second tank that goes really well with Basil because he's super duper tanky. Like, he can survive through his taunt to get to Basil's taunt where Basil would heal him. So, Winston, definitely a B. You think... Man, why is this buffering like this? Alright, we're back. We're back from the buffer. Yes, I'm going to put Ray in the C tier. Egon! That's an S tier. Egon is everything that this game... I can't say that for sure yet, but I really do think he's going to have an over 6,000 attack stat, which is nuts. And I'm going to go bold here. Venkman. Also S-class. Venkman's with... Why not anymore for Venkman? As long as Magisto's Tower is running rampant, which it is, and it's going to be for at least the next 2 months, then Venkman is an S-class. Very unpopular opinion coming here. Jens. I think Jens is an S-class. How is Venkman S? Jens yet? Skorik is a B. Yorick's a B. And I think that's even a little high. Honestly. Cutie Cream, it's not your fault. It's my computer's fault. Next week's streams, we will be off this, right? So make sure to check out my video on Friday with the Minor Clay rework. He's a C. You know, he's not completely useless. He's not Dwayne. Right now, Dwayne is the only one in the D rank. Feel kind of bad for Dwayne. I'm not going to talk too much on Minor Clay, though. You'll see more about him. I will say he's a D C even with the rework. And I'm going to also say Iggy with the rework is a C. Sorry, Iggy. Iggy is a C. Although the rework is pretty cool for Iggy. So maybe after I play test him a little bit, he can get bumped up to a B. But Ash. Ash is an A. Ash hits like a truck. She's one of my favorite attackers in the game. I used to actually run her on my arena team. But the City faction being so poor, if City was more viable, Ash would be A. What's the rework for Iggy? They buffed his ultimate. They buffed his passive up a little bit. I think that was it. Wanted tag, which we know Wanted. They're coming. They're coming one day. Ash. Ash is A. Another big single target heal. Even with the nerf to Glider, she's an A rank figure, right? There are some nodes in this game to this date that you just can't beat without Ash. Lenses him. He's a solid. He's solid. He's solid. He's a B. When I think of Hank, I think B. Because, not Hank. When I think of Sal, I think B. Cactus Girl. Here we go. There we go, Dwayne. Cactus Girl sucks. G, his ultimate. He's got a mass assist ultimate. He's got a revive. He's got a buff. He's actually got pretty good stats. And he's just he's solid. You know, he's solid. He's definitely better than all of these people in B. She still does damage over time, Cactus Girl, so I don't even know what they buffed about her. It was something about the counter that was just, like, insane. Hiker. Oh, man. Hiker's a B. Right? He falls off in the late game. There's just better healer options. But man, like Hiker was my guy for a while. He was my guy. He was like, and he's still like, he's really good, especially if you want to run like a city collectible mix team. He's awesome for late game. He's awesome for early game. He's awesome. He's always solid. But I don't use out of Hot Dog Man. There you go, Cactus Girl. It's funny that they are releasing 2 new figures for the costume tag, and the costume tag sucks, and 2 of their figures are completely useless. Yeah, you're right. Hiker is the best AoE healing. He just doesn't bring enough of anything else stuff. It's a little bit solid on a techie team. Solid on a techie team. And fitness instructor. B. I think fitness instructor is pretty much on par with Hiker. One of the most annoying figures in the game, too. Could have made an argument for A. I think she's B. Good healer. Good all around. Dude, just real, like, Streamline screwed me over tonight. No one's even able to, like, watch the stream. I'm going to finish it out, though, for those of you who are here. Dummy is underrated. He does do a lot of damage with his AoE, but he is underrated. You know what? Although City's not that good. So, yeah, we're going to go with Chef in B rank. Verda. I'm going to put Verda in A because with the reemergence of Castle and Magisto, I think, and Gear 7, I think you'll be surprised at how strong Verda is now. Give her a try if you haven't. Jester Go-Go, talk me out of stuff, man. How do you do this? Her AoE is pretty weak. Her AoE is pretty weak. Okay, we'll bump her down. Magisto, S. Especially with the tower running rampant right now. Magisto's S. He was always S. He's always going to be S. Can't beat Magisto. Headley. Okay, he's C. Headley is actually really, really good at being a tank. But he does nothing else. He brings nothing else to the game. And for that, he finds himself a C rank. Die. She goes half health, goes under stealth. Magisto can give her payback. She's really good. She is a really good figure. Super underrated. And her AoE rocks people. Willa, S. What? Willa, that we don't even need to discuss that one. But Basil, though, I'm also going to put him in S. Here's why I'm going to put Basil on S. Because I understand that in order for Basil to be good, you need Willa. And Willa's good on her own. But what you're getting from when you have Basil and Willa together, this is an S-class unit. He just is. I wouldn't run him without Willa, but I'm telling you, I've run them together. It's filth. He's got the counter. He's got the cleanse, or the buff clear. He's sick. He's a really, really sick figure. He taunts. My thing is, he's tanky, but he's not that tanky. You know what I mean? Gorwell. Type of team. Garmadon, and he wouldn't be as bad as you think. Nobody's ever tried it, though. So, he's not great. He's definitely a C rank, but he's not useless. You know, maybe he might have his day to shine one day when the Garma Army comes through. And we're going to finish it up with the man of the brick pace. Digi J. Where do you guys want Digi? And I'm going to put J. I'm going to put J and A. You just don't see as much J in Arena as you do the rest of these figures. Again, Jay's not great on his own. He needs to be on the right team. Like most of my criteria for S is like they're really good on their own or they're just absolutely filthy on the right team. Like a Venkman or like Basil. But the same thing. Redbeard's good on his own. Scarlet. So this is our tier list. This is what we got. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to post this on my Discord so you guys can check out the tier list. Maybe I'll do I'm going to check back this stream. I know that there was a lot of connectivity issues, which really stinks, guys. I don't know why this computer streaming Lego the Hop.